My name is Steve Lewis. I'm a director of Risktec Solutions. Risktec Solutions is a consulting and training provider specialising in risk management in major hazard sectors. Well, our idea with the KTP was to professionalise our training business. We first heard about this partnership through one of the academics at Liverpool John Moore University. One of our consultants met him, realised that there was some sort of synergy in what we were doing, in particular in the risk management areas we were working. So it looked like there was a good opportunity to work together. And then he contacted us and said, "Have you heard about KTP? This might be a good way of us actually formalising the way we work together." We were a consulting company. We'd done a little bit of training in the past, and what we wanted to do was to use the university's knowledge of professional education and training and package our training in a much more professional and credible way. To apply for the knowledge transfer partnership involved filling in a fairly lengthy application form. This was filled in jointly between ourselves and Liverpool John Moore University. The application involves setting out the objectives of the project, a plan for how you're going to achieve those objectives, how you're going to measure your performance as you go, how you're going to transfer knowledge between the three partners, and also an expectation of the return on investment. There are three key roles in the KTP. The industrial supervisor, who represents the private company, the academic supervisor, who represents the university, and the associate themselves. We brought the associate in, and then she worked with myself as the industrial supervisor. We also had a technical lead who would work more closely with her in how to implement some of the details within the company.
My role in the Knowledge Transfer Partnership was to provide technical support to the KTP associate and also the industrial supervisor, my colleague Steve Lewis. The associate has to almost have a foot in both camps, if you like. They spend some time with the university, they spend time with the business, and together they thresh out a plan.
Prior to starting the KTP, I guess we were doing around about £100,000 of training business a year. Within 2 years, so by the end of the completion of the KTP, we were doing about £600,000 of business. So we got a pretty good return on investment on that, 600% I think that is.
KTP Associate did more than meet our expectations. She actually exceeded them considerably. In particular, her skills at planning projects and project management came into their own over the course of the 2-year project. She also made some valuable contributions in terms of market research and looking what was out there from our competitors, as well as developing the business processes we were going to need to make this business work.
I think the KTP project worked for us because it came at the right time. My 3 top tips for a company thinking about a KTP are: believe that you can achieve a very successful project. I think I was somewhat sceptical that perhaps you could bring together an associate, a company like ourselves, and a university and deliver such a successful project. I wasn't really sure it was going to happen, but it did. My second top tip would be to not be put off by some of the apparent bureaucracy, particularly in the application form and in the early stages. It really does help structure the programme. And then my third top tip is that don't just leave the associate to sit in your business and just get on with it. You need to put quite a bit of effort in right from the top of the company to make it really work within the business.